Hello and welcome back to Persona 4 Golden. So, I'd like to start today, well I'm also going to do this at the same time, by talking about spoilers. And what spoilers I'm okay with, and what spoilers I'm not okay with. Spoilers I'm 100% okay with. The spoiler that we got in the comments in the last episode that was like, hey, you need to do the dungeon that's coming up in 2 separate bits, because if you do it all in one day, it's going to skip you to a certain date, and you're going to miss all the days in between. That kind of thing, 100% okay. That's purely gameplay based, and it helps me know when we should be doing things and shouldn't be doing things, right? A-okay. Spoilers that are about fishing, 100% okay, I do not care. Spoilers are about books, don't care. If you got a spoiler about the main plot, and the characters in the main plot, that's where my line is drawn for spoilers. Please do not tell me anything that happens in the main plot coming forward. Specifically, like X character is Y, as some people have been trying to do. So, yeah, that's just the little start bit here. Now, we have got a new group. We are now part of the Seekers of Truth. So that's Judgment. You didn't kill Namatame. I like how it just says that right at the top. You didn't do it. Well, isn't that nice? Okay, so, well, I guess we're gonna have to find out something about that at some point. Can we leave? You feel very tired. No. Okay. Well, will Nanako be alright? Then there's what happened in Namatame's hospital ward. The snow that started to fall and the fog that won't disappear. What lies ahead from here on? You feel very tired. You should hurry and get some rest for today. Okay. Let's do that. Ah. Alright. This.
Welcome.
Hello, Igor.
It's been quite some time.
It seems you've been summoned to the Velvet Room.
Do not be alarmed. You are fast asleep in the real world.
Be honest, slightly more alarming.
I have summoned you within your dreams. Now then, your journey has taken you quite a distance thus far. Do you believe you'll be able to successfully solve this mystery?
I can solve it.
Splendid! The precise destination of this vehicle, that too is getting rather hard to judge. If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach. Well, why don't we take a moment to look back on your journey?
Okay.
It was for that purpose that I summoned you here tonight. Margaret?
Voices you heard many times before echo in your mind.
Really getting it is totally different. I mean, really finding yourself.
Hey Ko, wonderful to have you here.
What's right? What you should choose to do in life. The answers to those things lie within you.
We are experiencing the words engraved into your memory during your journey.
That's interesting that those are the 2 that we've done, isn't it? Because we've done the devil, and and it only showed optional ones. Well, not you know what I mean. It only showed ones that weren't a member of your team. So it didn't show Dojima, or what you should say is it only showed ones you had to go out of your way to get. So we went out of our way to get the sports club. We went out of our way to get the devil, the nurse. So those 2 showed up, but we didn't get Chie, and we didn't get Dojima. I believe those are our only other 2 maxed. We didn't get an investigation team either, but that's also a, that's a story-based one. Trying to think, did we get anyone else maxed? I mean, we have Adachi maxed, but he's we're waiting on the story. No, we don't have anyone else, do we? I'm just going through people in my head going, that one, no, that one, no, that one, no, that one, no. I think Yukiko were at 9. Anyway.
Failing to understand and failing to listen are rather different things.
Okay, so there's Naoto, but we only have rank 4 with Naoto.
Alright, let's go ahead and think this through as much as we need.
Okay, so Yosuke's one sounds like it's from... We might not have heard this exact one, but that sounds like it's from the, like, right after Namatame.
If we leave any unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves.
Yeah, again, with kanji, I don't think that dialogue existed before, but it's another thing.
I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
And it seems you have comrades with you as well. Those heading in the same direction through this dense fog.
Oh, you can see people outside. Seems the car has stopped moving.
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
As I mentioned previously, this year will signal a great change in your life. Though there isn't much time left, it can be worth your while to take the time to stop and reflect.
People are like water flowing in a river. There is only one stream, but all who pass through it are affected differently. Some travel fast, some change their course, experiencing countless events as they travel down the river of time.
Just so. The state of this room reflects the scenery of your heart. Perhaps this may be a time for contemplation rather than action.
Okay. Oh, it's the door. You can hear something in the distance. Wait, someone's rang our doorbell. Okay. Are we being woken up by the doorbell? It seems you've been sleeping until now. You hear the doorbell ringing. Someone seems to be at the door. They're very impatient. Oh.
Teddy's missing.
He let himself in. Hi, Yosuke.
I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
I'm worried.
Yeah, me too. He was acting all weird lately. Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side. We're meeting pretty soon, so will you come with me to Juness?
Sure. Where could Teddy have gone? In any case, you decide to go look for him.
It's no use, man. We can't find him.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense it might be affecting my readings. I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here.
You recall the mysterious dream you had last night. This may be a time for contemplation rather than action. That is what Igor said, but... let us think about this.
I guess that's all we can do right now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
I'm worried for Teddy myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now we must concentrate on the case. It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let's quickly review the facts.
Okay.
Of all the victims, only 2 were killed, Miss Yamano the announcer and Saki-san. From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
When I hear you put it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet.
Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean? I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean saving them through death? He did call himself a savior and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself!
We've been through this, Kanji. It wouldn't help.
What do you think, Senpai?
There's something else.
If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too."
Okay, let me pick apart this before she explains. So you're the ones I saved. Wait a second. Okay, so new temporary theory. Because he said he couldn't save the announcer and Saki Senpai. So that would imply that those two, and he said, you're the ones I saved. So what he thought he was doing was chucking them in the TV, and then they were saved. But them being saved was obviously us going in and doing something. But he was thinking that means they're not going to be killed. And that's what happened, I think. So what he thought is that Nanako was going to be killed next. Which is fine. So what he did is he was like, I'm going to go chuck Nanako into the TV. I think that's right. But obviously he's got the wrong end of the stick here. Like maybe it's a correlation causation kind of thing. So he's like, everyone I chuck into the TV survives. Therefore, me chucking them into the TV is what makes them live. However, we suspect that is what makes them die. So I think that's what we're going for here. So maybe the first two he couldn't save, and then the next ones he was like, well, into the TV they go.
So, if he saves people by killing them, did he save us too? Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense. And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV.
Okay, same line of thinking as me.
Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly intended to save us.
But he's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right?
Not necessarily.
Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them. Or what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so?
The possibility of a culprit besides Namatame. Could there be something that proves this possibility? Misuzu Haragi's alibi? So the copycat murderer is not right. Namatame's diary is not right. Well, maybe it's right. The warning letter doesn't seem correct. Misuzu Haragi's alibi?
Her alibi? Wasn't it airtight right from the beginning? How could she kidnap people and throw them into TVs if she's out of the country?
No, that's stupid. How about the warning letter?
Warning letter? Oh yeah! Whatever happened to that thing?
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
So the handwriting would match the diary.
Let's review them.
You recall that the first warning letter said, don't rescue anymore. And the second one said, if you don't stop this time, someone close will be put in and killed.
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kinda odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like, don't rescue or kill?
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like, I'll put in and kill?
Hey, could this mean?
Namatame didn't write it.
Yeah. It's almost like someone else wrote this letter.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right? If someone else wrote it, that could only mean...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first 2 cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV, and yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
Someone else? Then, it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
We can't say for certain yet. We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
You all work together to take another step toward the truth. Hey! We get a social link. Awesome.
How though? After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
I have a plan. But there's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
Okay.
Hey, this place is off limits.
I'm a consultant with the police.
Good plan. Just go straight in for the kind of truth.
I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
This is Unit 252 requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh? Ah. Understood. I see. Well, you're on the list.
Oh, well that's good.
I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes.
Wait, so the whole plan was just go in and say, yeah, I'm actually on the list to see him, and just go in? It doesn't seem like you needed a whole plan for it.
Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
Huh? Detective Dojima sent him? I wasn't informed of this.
I'll vouch for his identity.
Well, I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself.
Wow. Dojima doesn't have a good reputation.
We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild. Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too. This is Unit 252. Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
Ah, is this the plan?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Ah, well then, this works out nicely. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. We'll keep watch over Namatame-san. A disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Yeah, the nurses will help.
Understood. Please be careful.
Oh, I realized that he probably means if, like, Namatame starts having medical problems, hit the nurse call button. I was thinking, like, you know, if you need backup in a situation, instead of calling him, you should go for the nurse. But yeah, medical situations.
I knew they were undermanned,
Yeah.
but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
Wow.
Also, it went from 2 guards to 1 guard. How is that tightened security?
There's nothing much inside that suspicious object, so he won't be gone long.
All right, then now's our chance to talk to Namatame.
Namatame-san, there's something we'd like to ask you. It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are. But we are here to learn the truth. So please, answer our questions.
Huh?
It seems that he understands what you're saying. What should you ask him? Who'd you throw in first is a great question. This isn't good. That's just confusing. Or like he might just say no. This, he's just gonna say no. Who did you throw in first? We expect the answer to be Yukiko. I think.
Huh? Me?
What should you ask him? Oh, okay. Is saving killing people? Well, we know the answer to both of these questions, but did you kill those two girls? Yep, okay.
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
Is saving killing people? We already know the answer.
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed. That's why I put them in there.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel. It all falls into place.
Okay, that also means that how we thought the murders happened is not necessarily how they happened. So we thought the murders were they were thrown into the TV, killed by their shadow self or something, right? And then they would just randomly appear out in the world. That doesn't necessarily have to be the case anymore, because if he's the one who's been chucking them into the other world, then there is a chance that the killer was doing it in this world. However, that doesn't answer the question of how Saki-senpai and Mayumi were in the they had visited the TV world, so that doesn't answer that. So there's a slight possibility, but it still seems like the first part's likely.
His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true...
There's another killer who murdered the first two victims?
Indulge us in a few more questions.
What should you ask him? Who killed the first two?
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
Fair. We're just gonna ask him everything. Why did you enter the TV?
I didn't know. I never thought it would be that kind of place.
Okay. So he thought the TV was just a safe place to be. Okay. Why the warning letters?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
As I thought.
You believe me? Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Only you?
We did blame you for everything at first. But now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
Please, tell us everything you can, calmly and slowly.
You're willing to listen? Do my story?
All right.
Flashback time? Oh, I'm in.
Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge.
Okay. I'm just looking at him here. He's got 2 bottles of something. Some sort of wine, I would guess. So is it kind of rice? Oh, he's got 3 bottles of wine. Sorry, I missed the one on the table. Is it not in Japan they have rice wine? Is that not the common thing? It could be that. Okay. 2 cups, though. He has 3 bottles and 2 cups. That implies there were 2 people drinking. Or the cup was from yesterday. He has... Let's see what else he's got going on here. That pile of books is interesting. Like, and the 3 meals. Like, those are 3... yeah, like, those are 3 just rice ramen meals that you chuck boiling water on top of. The coat's been ditched. Okay. So it kind of looks like he came in, just chucked the meals down. He's got garbage bags on the right-hand side. So garbage bags obviously just being... like, he's just piling them up and not taking them outside. Which isn't a great sign. He's got 2 bottles there, so that's 2... I'd assume 2 more alcoholic drinks. And we can see he's got at least 1 of those hexagon cans in his hand. Okay, I don't know why he has so many newspapers, but it was 2008. I suppose the internet wasn't as common. Okay. So basically, he's drinking a lot because of the affair. And it's been discovered. And he's also a little bit of a slob. Probably not in the best place mentally.
I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal.
Oh god, this makes this whole situation worse, because this is in, like... This is him in a bedroom in his parents' home. Now this is just sad.
And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties.
Uh-huh.
I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows, and forced to resign from the program she was on. I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection. And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi!
Now, what's interesting is we do know that they appear on the Midnight Channel before they go into the TV. Very specifically, we know this because of Nanako. She appeared on the Midnight Channel before she went into the TV because Namatame kidnapped her afterwards because she was on the Midnight Channel.
When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her, my arm disappeared into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV.
Okay.
I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane. In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected. That wasn't what broke me, though. It was Mayumi being found dead. And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown.
Namatame is casting his eyes downward painfully.
I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remembered the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again. And I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I remember that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend.
Okay, I just want to go back to this here.
I remember that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program.
The rumors about the Midnight Channel existed when Mayumi was alive. This implies something. This implies that if it was working in the same way that it's working now, that Mayumi was not the first victim. Thought that was just interesting.
But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead.
So she might have been killed for trying to find out about the Midnight Channel.
The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated. Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did. So I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store. After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her, and told her to be careful.
To be honest, I didn't expect to see any more of Saki-senpai in the game, but here we go.
But that same night, on the TV, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on, please! The next day, they found her dead. I knew she was going to be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered, and the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life. Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV. That was you. She'll be kidnapped next, and murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, who'll save her then? The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me.
Okay. I see where this is going. I just want to take a small point to go through my thoughts on what's happening here. So, Namatame is obviously the one who's going to chuck the next 4 into the TV. This, to me, 100% says that Mayumi and Saki-senpai shouldn't have died from being chucked into the TV. That cannot be the cause of their death. Because if that was the cause of their death, then it makes no sense that Namatame, like, unless Namatame is doing literally what the killer was doing, it makes no sense. So, the method of their death has to be different than we suspect, I think. Although they were in that world, because Teddy tells us at the start that they are in that world. So that's just where my mind is going right now. I'm sure we're gonna get more, so let's go.
And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side.
What if they were dying because something was coming out of the TV screen to get them?
Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her? What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it? The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered. Once things calm down, I could just let her out again. If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind. Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried that and failed miserably. It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it. Or so I thought. Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
So, since you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed, you kidnapped us in order to save us.
Mission? Give me a break! You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me. I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion.
Sorry, can we just go back to this one?
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me.
But that was not in the police files. Because we would have known, right? Well, unless they just simply didn't write it down. Which is possible if they thought he was completely nuts.
I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die.
Wait a second. How do we know that? How do we know that? Because nobody in our version of the game has done that. Because we've always saved them before the fog reappears. Right? Am I missing something? But I'm fairly certain that everybody who we've done that with has been saved, apart from Saki-senpai and Mayumi. But Did we find it out with Saki-senpai? Maybe we found it out with her. I'm not entirely sure we've confirmed that, but I guess maybe that's a gameplay mechanic moving over to stories.
Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril. It was my friends here who really saved us all.
I had a feeling that was it. When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away. But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined. Such an abominable, grotesque place. I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was. I never knew you couldn't even get out of that place on your own.
No, that's a cowardly way to put it. I'd probably already begun to realize that it was a dangerous place. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gone to see you all.
See us? Wait, are you talking about the concert we did at Junes?
Alright, yeah, he was there.
Yes. I wanted to know why the ones I saved were all hanging out with each other, and how much you remembered. But in the end, I couldn't bring myself to say anything and ran home. I must have felt too guilty.
What's funny is if he had come and talked to us, there was a chance that we could have had this conversation, like, back then without needing to have anyone in the hospital.
But all the doubts and anxieties I'd been unconsciously suppressing exploded out when I entered the television myself. I thought I was going insane. I probably did. And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
But I ended up doing just the opposite. What a fool. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful to society. But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary, and I secretly believed myself to be a hero. I never doubted what I saw on TV, and believed everything was as I wanted it to be. I didn't think for myself at all. That's why I couldn't protect them.
What I love about this game is that 2 episodes ago, I was ready to chuck him into the TV, you know, turn it off, and leave him for the rest of eternity. 2 episodes later, I'm now, like, you know, I'm empathizing with him. I'm like, you know, he's a good guy at heart. He was trying his best. But, you know, it's that way that it's completely changed my opinion of him in such a short amount of time. I love it.
I'm to blame for all of this.
What's done is done.
I suppose so. But the things I've done are too serious to be brushed aside like that. I have no intentions of running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences.
I think if you explained it in a way that didn't involve the TV world, you could make it sound alright. You know, obviously, there's a little bit of temporary insanity in there, but you could be like, these people were getting killed. And if we got some people to testify on his behalf, like say Yukiko or something, you could definitely say like, yeah, they were in danger, and therefore he believed he was doing the right thing. And I think you would get some leeway there. Or at least I'd like to believe so.
Kidnapping is already a serious crime. And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger.
Obviously, I'm not saying let him off entirely, but if the intention behind the action is good, I think that has to be worth something.
I'm sorry.
The Midnight Channel and the other world, You can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly.
I think the best way to describe what I'm saying is, say you stole a loaf of bread, right, from a shop. If you stole a loaf of bread, took it home to your family, and that was what fed your family for the day, it's different than if you stole the loaf of bread, went down the street and sold it to someone else. The act that is illegal is the same in both cases, but the motive behind them is different. I think that's what I'm getting at, essentially.
We must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
I guess from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people. The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
I'm such a joke. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little tired.
What are you all crammed in here for?
No reason.
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
Don't worry.
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders. It was another party who threw the first 2 victims into the TV.
You've taken another step towards the truth. Okay, rank 3. It did say we were going to spend the week, investigating it, so...
Now get out of here! I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen. Sheesh, I better not see you rascals here again.
Sure, man.
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out.
I just came up with a ridiculous theory about Teddy. And it's so ridiculous in my head, I have to say it. What if he went into the heartbeat monitor on the left-hand side? Like he went into the things measuring her vitals? It's such a ridiculous theory that I almost think it could be true.
Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
But it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
Okay.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
So tomorrow you'll all be going out to talk to people in town. Will this finally help uncover the information that will lead you to the true culprit? You decide to go home early today and get some rest. So I'm wondering, do we actually get to wander around, or does it... Yeah, okay. We get to wander at least this far. Interesting. I think I'm fine to save, because this one's the one before we... Yeah, so this one's the one that was at the start of last episode, so we're still fine to save, because we haven't made any choices I feel are wrong, and even if we have, like, we're not really that far behind. All things considered. Cool. You open the fridge, same as ever. Okay. Can I check the TV? It's just going to be the weather forecast, and it's foggy. Very foggy. Right. Upstairs? Let's go. I get the feeling we're not going to be able to wander around tomorrow. I get the feeling it's going to be a guided experience. Today is the day the school was founded, so you have the day off from school. You need to investigate the town. You wonder if you'll be able to gather the information you need to catch the killer. So I am allowed to wander, but it immediately kicked me from the house. Let's go to Dojima residence. Just out of curiosity. Doesn't seem to be enough information. You should go to town and gather more facts. Love it. Okay, so this is definitely telling us that this is like... This is a gather everything you can kind of situation. Do you need some seedlings for your garden? Not those seedlings. In the end, my mother-in-law wouldn't eat anything I cooked. And the fog never cleared up either. Guess I'm going to my mother-in-law's house after all. I guess I'll stop going to my mother-in-law's house after all. Whimper doesn't look very healthy. I feel bad about that dog that doesn't look very healthy, because it's not looked very healthy for a very long time. Wait, can we go to the beach? No. Really? We could just waste time at the beach? As that would seem unintentional to me if you could, but at the same time. You need to gather more information. Oh, okay. There we go. I thought that was interesting. Okina? Yeah, we're allowed to go here. That's fine. You need to gather more information. I'm not allowed to play the slot machine until I get more information. Hey kid, the fog's pretty thick. Be careful on that bike, okay? Yeah, the fog, it's dangerous. Be careful. There's something you want to ask? What is it? You asked about the incident that occurred in Inaba in spring. Yeah, I know it. I just saw it on the news. Did the victim's ghosts appear or something? Hey, don't be rude. Sorry, we don't know anything. Maybe ask someone else. It's a police substation, but no one is around. Is the officer on patrol? Interesting. Maybe I should see a movie. Wow, I never heard anything about that. Maybe it was on the news. If I did, it was a long time ago. I don't remember it. So maybe we need to find the policeman? I know people who dislike romance or dislike gore, but not many people dislike human drama. That's why I think it's a shame that they won't see a movie just because. Especially zombie movies. Ah yes, we've done this. What, do you want to ask me something? If it's about a movie, ask away. It's not about a movie at all? Blair. I know about the incident, but not many of the details. You can't be happy without money. But even if you have money, you can't be happy without love either. It means I need a man with money. I wish there was somewhere that you could go and pick up one. A man with money. It's getting pretty cold. Is something you want to ask me? What was that? In Inaba, you said. It didn't stick in my mind. I just remembered something like that happening, that's all. Will you do me a favor? I'm doing a taste test, and I want some honest feedback from young people like you. I'm gonna eat the red one. You swallowed the red object. The taste is a harmony of tomatoes and sweet red bean. You gave the man your feedback. Thank you, that's very helpful. A local farmer and patissier decided to help me out. I'm trying to create a hit. Once I do, I'll take it to my company. I asked about the incident. I think there was a report on like that on the news. I don't remember very much. Sorry if it wasn't very helpful. I don't think anyone here is going to have anything. Black one. Has a faint taste of eggplant with the sweet red bean. Thank you, that's very helpful. Alright. Hey, green one. Harsh cabbage flavor is fighting for dominance of the sweet red bean. Yeah. Hey, no. Maybe next time. Okay. I wonder if the reason for this fog is a decrease in the ocean's temperature. In that case, I will have to let him go soon. He'll be alright without me. Someone better will come along. Is there something you want to ask? An incident in spring. Did something happen then? I'm sorry, I don't remember. You'll have to ask someone else. Needs to gather. I can't go shopping. Okay, so this is a very guided experience. Okay, Juness. I'm going everywhere where I think the answer isn't first, obviously. Hey, Naoto. First, we should retrace our steps. That would be the simplest way. Saki Kanishi and Mayumi Yamano. There should be a commonality between the two. Surely there were some witnesses. Any scrap of data could be useful, no matter how small. Can I help you? About those murders. Yeah, about those murders. The incident last spring? I don't remember anything from that long ago. I'm going to be studying for college entrance exams next year, so I've got no use for useless information like that. I hate how it's foggy every day now. This is the season for winter vegetables too. What will I do if the fog really is poison? All my vegetables will go rotten. It's because not enough people eat their veggies. If only my son would clean his plate, he'd... We don't even get to ask her about the murder. She's too busy with her son and his veggies. Let's go to the high school. It's shut. It's the school is closed. Thanks. Knew that. Samagawa, I don't think it's the right answer either, but that's why I'm going there. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so nothing there. Because he had asked us something. Nobody is down here? Well, that definitely means something's going to be down there later, I reckon. My daughter was in an accident. On top of that, it was a hit and run. Nobody could tell what kind of car it was because of all the fog. Sheesh, this is horrible. Thankfully, she wasn't hurt too bad. But she was right, wasn't she? That fog is dangerous. I need to start letting everyone know. Okay, sure. The fog isn't clearing up, is it? Isn't that just a little strange? My wife is all business as usual, but I'm a little worried. By the way, do you need anything? About those murders. I'm sorry. All I remember is that something happened. I know it was pretty shocking, but what can I say? A lot of time's passed. Meow. Meep. Meep. Sorry, you're meow. Meow, meow. So you're the old man who usually teaches us fishing. Do you need something? About those murders. Now that you mention it, the town was all abuzz last spring. You remember that, don't you? Yes, that's really not very helpful. So it's the central shopping district? You mean the main place that you would go? Crazy that. Why has that guy got his head in his hands? Can I help you? About those murders. That incident last spring. I still wonder what happened. It was a pretty big deal, wasn't it? I'd almost completely forgotten about that. Wow, I must be getting old, huh? Oh, dropping a save. Okay. Man, this fog, it makes me feel like we're still inside the TV. I wonder if we can really find any new clues about the killer. No use whining about it now. Let's step up to the search and get that info. What is it? About those murders. Huh? What are you talking about? Explained about the incident involving Saki and Yamano, the female announcer. Did that all happen just last spring? Wow, it seems like so long ago, haha. Who's gonna remember something from that far back anyway? Alright, just a shop. The fog has got to be some kind of biological weapon. It's a conspiracy! You know who I heard it was? Juness. Yeah, that's right, Juness. The country of Juness is staging an all-out attack on Inaba. Well, we'll definitely save after that info. I am allowed in. Okay. And there is a piece of paper. Something is different. Marie is nowhere to be found. There is another piece of paper on the floor. Something is written on it in horrible script, as if someone wrote it with their offhand.
Release yourself! Release yourself! From desire, from impulse. Logic and rationales are excuses for the weak. Release yourself! Your heart's voice, your internal scream. In exchange for a lost voice, grab hold of your proof of life. Never let it go!
This must be another of Marie's poems. Ah!
What is this?
What is happening to me? Why is this here? I put that in my pocket. It doesn't make any sense. It's gotta be, hey, don't read that. Why, you inconsiderate scumbag. Why would you read my heart's voice? No. It's not my heart's voice. Hush now, Marie. If you need to release your impulses, please do it somewhere else. Shut up. This is just...
Huh?
Impulses? Release? I will never let this go. Stop reading my stuff. Marie returns to her seat, quivering with either rage or embarrassment. Sup? Whoa, you came. Don't surprise me like that. I was just thinking of you. We've been to a lot of places, huh? Memories are really something. Just thinking about them makes me happy.
Thanks.
It's all because of you. I'm okay without my old memories. My memories with you are more important. Marie is smiling bashfully. Feel the close bond you formed with Marie is something irreplaceable. And you want a trumpeter with the mind charge ability. Yes, but we're too low a level for the trumpeter, I believe. Right? Just while we're here. Hexagon? Yeah, So we need to be at least level 67. Beelzebub is level 81. What? Whoa. Its stats are still lower than Black Frost. Right. So I guess we can leave. And then go and save. Not that it matters, but you know. Well, I suppose it does matter. We did get another note. It might have something. Yeah. Sup. Let's talk. This strange fog has put out the pilot light from my forge. That's unforgivable. This fire is what allowed me to stave off the cold and elements from invading my art studio. If I have to close my shop down in the middle of winter like this, how am I supposed to make a living? Alright. I thought we could maybe ask him about the murders. Guess not. Information on what happened before we entered the TV world. You know, about that first murder, I wonder why it happened. Let's go and ask around and gather as much information as we can. I'll see you later. It's the Maruyuku Tofu shop. An old woman is tending the store. I tried talking to this old guy earlier, but he didn't even see me. What with the fog and all. Guy just ignored me and walked off. I know it wasn't personal, but it kinda hurt. Damn fog, hurry up and go away. Well, hello. I've been feeling poorly recently. You need to be careful too. The fog, there's something about it that just gives me a bad feeling. Alright. Wait, how many go homes do we have? I should check that. With 8. That'll probably do given I bought 10 last time and we've used 2. I've been asking around about Teddy too, but I'm surprised how many people actually remember him. They're all like, oh yeah, that guy in the bear suit from Juness. And nobody has seen him, yesterday or today. He's loved by so many different people. Where the heck could he have gone? Hey, listen to me. Listen to this. Rosette came and spoke to me. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I asked her for her autograph and what kind of guy she's into. Anyway, what do you want? I'm sure you can see how busy I am. About those murders. Didn't they capture the suspect to put a lid on that case? Are you done asking questions? Good, now go away. I'm very busy talking to Rosette right now. Yeah, sure. Even if someone's been killed, everyone just forgets about it so easily. But if the rumors they hear from friends and TV get remembered for a long time, why is that? It's been a while since the first 2 incidents. Do you think we'll be able to find anyone who still remembers them? I'm gonna head this way first. Just go into the shrine. My teacher said to go home quickly because of the fog. It's nice to have not have the girls chasing me around, but it's boring because I can't play soccer now. Oh, the tree is dead. All the leaves of the tree have fallen off. I mean, we'll try and catch bugs, but I mean, I wouldn't imagine there's going to be many around. Oh, apparently there are. Are we getting the same stuff? Pretty much. This should be locked. Yep. Yep. Cool. I'm just double checking everything is actually shut before we move on to the next thing. That thing is shut as well. Okay. This fog sure is dark and creepy, isn't it? Oh, you have a question for me? About those murders. A little while ago, they said that a suspect had been caught. It was in the newspaper. It was Namatame-san, right? I remember seeing him around from time to time. Oh, how horrible. It really does frighten me. I don't recall seeing any other strange people, so I'm sure he's the culprit. Is it true there were no other suspicious individuals? Perhaps you should ask someone else about this. The fog isn't clearing, even though the year is almost over. It's deplorable. I'll be so cold in New Year's that I'll never be happy. What do you want? About those murders. I can't remember something from that long ago. Recall anyone suspicious? There isn't anyone like that in this town. I even know you. You're that kid who's staying at Dojima-kun's house. I think she's going to be the right answer because she's new. Oh, hello, teacher. You got a gas mask. Seems like normal teacher attire nowadays. Is me. Do you recognize me? Why am I outside? Well, when I'm at home, I just see more news about the murders. I thought I'd stay out here and watch the sunset. Of course, I'm going to watch TV when I go home anyway. Even then, I can't see the sunset because of all the fog. I hate it. So depressing. Do you have a question? About those murders? Oh, come on. Don't make me even more depressed. They said on the news the suspect had been caught. So the whole thing's over now, right? What else is there? It doesn't seem like you'll find any more information on the incidents last spring. Yeah, that's fine. Call anyone suspicious? It's a small town. If there was anyone suspicious, there would have been rumors going around all over. But at least I haven't heard any news or rumors like that, so I'd say there is no such person. You gotta be careful when taking your motorcycle. We've had this one. Oh, he doesn't even have anything. Okay. Kadishi Liquors we can't go into. Hello, new lady. Since all I hear from everyone is poison, poison, I've kind of gotten freaked out too. I wonder where I can buy gas mask. I need to get one. Everyone else has one already. Okay. So now we do another run through. Or actually, you know what we should do? Go to the shrine. Then leave. And that should reload the area. So I reckon Chie's no... Oh, she is still here. Okay, so I guess our team don't move around this time. Yeah, recall anyone suspicious? No, I don't think I've seen any suspicious people. Except for you, who's interrupted my conversation with Rosette. Alright then. We'll do another circle around everybody then, I guess. Yep. What is it? Recall anyone suspicious? A strange person? Nah, I don't think I've seen any. I mean, this is a pretty small town, wouldn't you say? If I had, I'm pretty sure I would, I'd remember. Recall anyone suspicious? A suspicious person? I can't think of anyone. Not from this town anyway. What do you mean, not from this town anyway? What an odd thing to say at the end of that sentence. You seen anyone suspicious? Oh, well, not from here. Actually, there's somewhere else I want to go first. I want to go to Juness, because there was somebody there we could speak to. Can I help you? A suspicious person? Ah, now you mention it, my friend was saying she saw someone. I think she's just wandering around the shopping district. Why don't you ask her? Oh, alright then. I'm happy I chose to go there. So someone wandering around the shopping district. Not here. Unless she's the one who was next to Yosuke, but we just asked her like 2 seconds ago. Wait, really? Really? Head this way? So maybe it is the person who was speaking to Yosuke? Unless there's somebody around the corner here? No. I mean, let's try. Huh? Someone told you that I saw a suspicious person? Oh, that. You remember Saki Konishi, don't you? You know, she passed away a while ago. She told me that this Namatame person came to her one day and started spouting all this craziness. Tell me about the TV. Wonder what all that was about. His relation to Saki? Hey, I don't know what you're implying, but you got it all wrong. Saki was a good girl, it's just that people misunderstood her. You must be referring to the time when Namatame tried to warn Saki. Seems the thing about Namatame making advances on Saki was a misunderstanding. Okay, so she's not the right person we need to speak to, because that's not, like, the correct thing at all. So let's try here. You didn't have anything the first time. You were someone we could speak to. Call anyone suspicious? I had a lot of people come to our store, but I can't say I saw anyone that was particularly suspicious. Yeah, you mean apart from the copycat killer who worked at your store? Yeah, apart from that person. Call anyone suspicious? Have I seen a strange person? I don't know. Out in the country, if there was anybody strange walking around, everyone would know about it right quick. Okay. I mean, I've asked a lot of people. So I'm just gonna continue looking. Nothing along here. Nothing along here. Right. So we have asked everybody around. So we've asked everybody here, everybody here. If I go back to Juness, maybe if I ask her again? No, okay. I don't believe we have enough info yet. I could be wrong, though. We'll check the people outside our house. Nope. Okay. Now, there were people we could ask in Okina. So it is worth going to Okina. Right? Wait, did we speak to these guys? Everyone's in a lovey-dovey mode. Well, I've got a newsflash for them. The cinema is not your makeout spot. Oh, it's Christmas this month. I wonder what... no wonder our butcher shop is busy. Christmas, huh? Oh, can we help you with something? The thing in Inaba, I think I heard about it. Yeah, I saw it on the news. Or did I? Inaba, huh? I hear the steaks are good in Inaba. Yeah. So nothing there. Nothing there. Police substation, but the person's not there. So these are all just the same things. We're not even asking them questions, which was the same as last time, but I thought I would at least check. No. Okay. Yeah, so none of that is something that we have. So I think I've spoken to everybody in Inaba. We can check Yasagami High, but then I'm going to check... Yeah. I've now spoken to every single person in Inaba, but I haven't spoken to everybody twice. So... Right, so that doesn't have any more dialogue. We know the people who can actually speak. Oh, do you have anything new? Yeah, okay. Wonder why the first murder happened. We haven't been to Aya. Nope. That's fine. Head here. Yeah, by the steak skewer. Let's go back to her. Call anyone suspicious. Have I seen any other weird people aside from Namatame-san? Nope, I don't think so. Doesn't look like you'll find any more information on a suspicious person. You've gathered as much information as you could. You should report back to the group. Oh, alright then. I did it. Chinese diner Aya. You met up with your friends after you finished gathering information.
I'm seriously pooped. This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all. The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
What should we do?
Well, one steak bowl, please!
That's not what I meant. But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
Okay, you all finished eating the dishes that you ordered.
Now that our tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much.
You spoke with everybody, with everyone about the information you gathered today.
So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't, but otherwise the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano. as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion. I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
I'm gonna stay quiet because you may remember the spoiler talk from earlier. I may have been told the correct answer, it may have been something I theorized before, but I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it for you. So just sitting here won't help you think any better. You decide to go outside to get some fresh air.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
It's freezing out here. Maybe this'll help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing. Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it.
There must be something that's been overlooked. It's urgent that you get over the roadblock facing you. The clues you need must already be in your hands.
What's the matter?
You should go over everything you know one more time. The culprit had some sort of connection with both Mayumi Yamano and Saki Kanishi, and judging by the warning letters, the culprit most likely knows about the other side and what you did there. It's highly likely they also knew what Namatame was doing and stood back to watch. Who would know all these things? Another oddity about the case is that there was almost no witnesses. Both warning letters seem to have been delivered directly to your house, but no one saw anyone suspicious. No one unusual was seen around Mayumi Yamano or Saki Kanishi either. Despite the police dispatching an unusually high number of officers to perform a thorough investigation, there must have been someone in a small town who fits all the facts. The person who seems to be the most likely culprit is... well now. It's not Yosuke. It's not Chie. It's not Yukiko. I mean, Yukiko's just stupid. Like, from an even, like, just from a level of, like... she was kidnapped and chucked in the TV. It's just stupid. Teddy would have been noticed because he didn't have his human form. I mean, we can do the narrowing down. Yukiko chucked into the TV. Stupid answer. Teddy, he didn't have a human form until later. Would have been noticed. Yosuke was with us when with Saki Senpai. We already know his inner self. We know that this was not the case. We know that he didn't do it. Chie, again, we saw her inner self. We know she didn't do it. Therefore, it has to be someone else. It wasn't Kanji, he was kidnapped. It wasn't Risi, she was kidnapped. It wasn't Naoto, she was kidnapped. It wasn't Dojima, are you stupid? It wasn't Nanako. It could have been Adachi. Namatame? If I just keep clicking someone else. Alright, wasn't Yamano. Wasn't Mayumi Yamano, 'cause she's dead. Wasn't Saki Kanishi. Wasn't Muraoka, wasn't Mitsu Kubo. Wasn't Mizu Hiragi. I'm trying to remember who Mizu Hiragi is. Misuzu Hiragi. These are my teachers, right? Yeah, it definitely wasn't Hanako, it wasn't Kashiwagi. Hiragi is a teacher as well, but it wasn't her. It wasn't it wasn't Ko, it wasn't Daisuke. Wasn't Naoki, it wasn't Yumi. Okay, these are getting stupid. Definitely wasn't the person we're tutoring. Seiyoko, could have been. That's the name of the person from daycare. Alright, so here's the bit which I was spoiled on. It was somebody told me the answer was Adachi. So, I mean, looking at the options available, we could have worked it out. Like, it would have been something we could have worked out. But actually, it's kind of nice that it popped up. Who's Yumi Ozawa? I don't actually know. But that's okay. I'm sure I would if we were showing them. Anyway, background. It's Adachi. At least the person who's the most likely culprit. Which is annoying that we didn't get to work it out ourselves, but it was also obvious from the options available that Adachi is the correct answer. Of course, if you look only at the circumstances, you can't completely rule out that possibility. Adachi may have been able to keep an eye on your actions. He's in the police, so wouldn't be noticed going around asking about witnesses and things. He is, who would suspect the police officer who's investigating the case to be, the person who's killing people? Of course he's going to go and speak to Saki-senpai because, well, she's involved with the previous case. It is a good cover. He would have been able to approach your house with ease, and he knows the area well. Thinking about it, you encountered him many times while investigating the case. You learned much about the police's movements from Adachi as well. He did feed us a lot of information. There's no exact reason to doubt him, but something is bothering you. He did also tell us how he was bored quite often, and it's almost like he was above what was happening, which I guess could be it, but I don't know, his social link didn't make him seem like the natural killer. However, yeah, because we have the social link with him. Should you tell your friends about your suspicions about Adachi being the culprit? Don't tell friends, protect Adachi. Interesting. So because we have the social link, we have this option available. Huh. I guess we're going to choose it? Don't tell friends, protect Adachi? From your relationship thus far with Adachi, you don't want to think of him as the culprit. But there is more than enough possibility, and you can't say for sure that he isn't. Are you sure you don't want to tell your friends? What an interesting choice. I'm going to choose to protect Adachi. You cannot think of anyone else but Adachi who could have been the culprit, but you don't want to hand him over as the culprit. You decide to keep it within your heart without telling your friends.
It looks like our only option is to stay patient and continue our investigation.
I believe that this will hit a bad end.
But regardless, the fact remains that Namatame has committed his crimes, and he has already been arrested.
So, no matter what we do, the case might be over now?
Though the truth will be forever lost in darkness.
Well, for us, it's more like it's lost in the fog.
Was that meant to be, poignant? Meaningful? Are we just gonna do a fade out? Is that the ending? It's so good. Shortly after, you found a letter that Teddy left behind.
I'm going back to my... It's not
Yeah.
well.
We've read the letter several times. Everyone avoided talking about the case and waited for the severe winter to end, and so time passed. And there we go. That's an ending. I want to see what the differences are, but that is intriguing. But that is definitely an ending. Okay. But we're in a different place. Tomorrow is the day you go home. Was it really the right thing to not tell your friends about Adachi? This is probably the last day you can see Adachi. Of course we're gonna go see him! You decided to see Adachi. Inaba Police Station Interrogation Room.
Sorry, were you waiting long? Man, things have been so busy. I've been putting in a crazy amount of overtime. Well, anyway, what's with the sudden visit? Can I help you with something?
Did you do it?
Do what? Me? Kill Mayumi Yamano and Saki Konishi? What's this about? Are you serious? Oh, come on. Even if you're kidding, this is a pretty bad joke. Did you forget? You're the ones who brought Namatame in. Oh, I get it. You're still playing detective. Okay, say I am the culprit. What did you come here to do? Convince me to turn myself in?
No.
So, what? Are you trying to blackmail me?
No.
Well, listen up. Unlike you, we police aren't made of time. We still haven't even cleaned up Namatame's mess. Besides, you don't have any proof that I did it. Well, are you gonna keep playing detective?
I'm on your side.
You're on my side? Are you trying to be the hero or something? No, wait, you're saying you're on the killer's side. In front of a police officer. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
I see. Wait here a sec.
What? Okay.
Do you remember this? It's the threatening letter that got sent to your house. I accidentally forgot to forward it over to forensics.
Shame.
I'm sure it was just a prank, but maybe it was connected to the murders. Who knows? This might be the piece of evidence that could turn this whole case upside down. The real killer wouldn't want the police to have this. But you're with me, right? So if I'm the real killer, and you're with me, then that makes you my partner in crime. Isn't that right?
It's a lighter.
If I send this to forensics, they might pull some evidence off it. Maybe a clue to capturing the real killer. You, your friends, and Dojima-san have all been busting your asses for a whole year to solve this case. It's a damn shame that no one's caught the real killer yet. Well?
Adachi is staring at you. If you burn the letter, you will destroy the one piece of proof that exists. Be a betrayal of everything that happened over the last year. Will you burn the letter? We gotta. This is chaos fruit. Burn the letter. A burning smell permeates the room.
You actually did it! Do you understand what you just did?
Oh, that's a creepy smile.
You destroyed evidence. That's a crime, you know? Now, this little incident is covered up forever. All because of you.
I mean, you could have burned it whenever you wanted.
And it's the police's duty to keep tabs on those who've committed crimes.
You can hear his happy voice from your cell phone.
If you get calls from this number, you better pick up. There's no use changing your number. Don't underestimate the Japanese police. It's easy to track you down.
You obtained Adachi's number. Adachi is laughing. Your decision was monstrous, but there can be no turning back now. You feel a strong bond between you and Adachi. We maxed the social link. What? Okay. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou hast established a genuine bond. These genuine bonds shall be your eyes to see the truth. We bestow upon thee the ability to create the Magatsu Izanagi, the ultimate form of the Jester Arcana. Izanagi. The Magatsu Izanagi, the Temper of the Void. Or the Tempter of the Void.
You want to find the truth without being swayed by the voices of society. But the truth is a sinister thing. It seems like something absolute, yet it exists in everyone's hearts. For you, this was the truth. Well, I'm going back, so be careful on your way home. The fog is getting thicker and thicker after all. Goodbye, partner.
There's no turning back now. The fog outside is thick. You have to go home early. I'm very confused. The game hasn't ended. Oh, there we go.
Now, a follow-up report on the serial kidnapping and murder case that shook Inaba last year. Defendant Taro Namatame has confessed to committing the multiple kidnappings that previously seemed irrelevant. However, he continues to flatly deny his involvement in the first two murders. With so much unknown regarding his motives and methods, many are hoping his trial will shed some light on these mysteries. Up next is our fog forecast for today.
Fog is still covering the town, but it should soften somewhat this week with the coming of spring. Today and tomorrow we'll see fairly light amounts of fog as usual. Saturation from then on is still to be determined. If you have travel plans, please be mindful of visibility conditions.
It's almost time for your train. You ready to go? Too bad Nanako couldn't leave the hospital in time to say goodbye. A little more time and maybe she could have come outside. Feel free to come visit any time, okay? And say hi to your parents for me. There's no doubt he's the one who put Nanako through all this. But the more I interrogate him, the more I start to question myself. Did Namatame really murder two people?
I don't know.
I see. Sorry to ask out of the blue, I just wanted to hear your opinion. In any case, there haven't been any more bizarre incidents lately. Here's hoping Inaba goes back to its usual quiet self and stays that way. Well, we should get going. Your friends are probably waiting at the station. Come on.
This should be the same.
You really are leaving us. You know, it was overdue quick.
It's going to get boring without you around, Senpai.
You will visit, won't you?
We'll come immediately if anything happens on your end. Be sure to take good care of yourself.
Take care. Keep in touch, okay? I'll reserve a room for you at the Amagi Inn the next time you come.
Well, I'll see ya. You really helped us out with lots of stuff. Thanks, partner.
And then there's nothing else? Okay, and then there's nothing else. Interesting. So it was, it was Adachi, as we worked out. Well, we could have deduced it, I reckon. I reckon it definitely could have been deduced. There's obviously more to the story, because he was like the whys of why things happened. Okay, intriguing. But this was the third bad ending, so when I looked up how to do the ending that we did previous, as in I looked up how to progress. I don't know whether that was in the video or not that I looked it up. It should have been anyway. But once I looked that up, the exact correct route of things to do, that said that there were 3 bad endings, right? Effectively. Or 3 paths that you could get to a bad ending. It said 1 bad ending was the first one we got. 1 bad ending was the second one we got. The one where Nanako is still alive. Like, one's Nanako dead, one's Nanako alive. And 1 is you become seekers of the truth, but you do not find the true suspect. And 1 is you are seekers of the truth, but you do find the true suspect. Or the true killer. So, that implies that, you know, Adachi very much is the true killer. And that is the last bad ending that we can get in the game. Now, why am I letting this play out? Well, because I want to save the thing. I was kind of wondering whether there was a post-credits, but it's unlikely that there is. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you here, and next time, we're going to restart the question. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you then. Well, assuming that there's no post-credit. If there is a post-credits thing, then, you know, we'll come back to that, but... Oh, we get a post-credits scene. This is huge. Or not. Yeah, that's fine. Interestingly, it did also unlock a new... I think this is free, yeah. It did unlock a new TV thing. But maybe the TV thing it unlocked was the new... Like, yeah, maybe it unlocked... yeah, get through this. It might just have unlocked the cutscene. Yeah, okay. So unlock the cutscene, I think. No. You can't play this music. You can't play this music. Nope. It's gonna get it's gonna get copyrighted. Nope. Okay, the conspirator. Okay. So that's what we unlocked. I see. Cool. Well, with that, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.